welcome to another live stream. I know it's been a while since I've done it, but it's time to get back to work on the cable car. Let's see. Looks like, oh, look, I am talking to myself, which is completely fine. So last I left, I want to say I hadn't done the lights yet on the interior. I now have got the lights done. So I'm going to go ahead and show what they look like. I don't remember if I did this in the video I did or not. I don't think I did. But I'm going to show what the lights look like at this point. Get the wires twisted here together. These are resisted. I have to think about that. Just to be sure, because I have blown up lights before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power supply. And it's set at 3 volts, so that should be fine. Let's apply the positive here. And the negative here. Pretty sure. Okay, there's a resistor. Yes, I did resistor them. So let's turn up the lights to the 9 volts that I'm setting it up for. That is what it's going to look like. Let me go ahead and turn off a couple of lights. Might blow it out. Let's see. It is not near as bright as it looks on camera, but that's what it looks like at this point. Very happy with the way it turned out. Matter of fact, you can see it there. And if I turn this on, it should. Let's see, does that show? Yeah, you can see there. Lights are off. And the lights are on. So I am very pleased with the way that came out. And like I said, it looks, it's just like always, the camera is blowing out the light from the LEDs. Very happy with the way that looks. And so the next thing I've got to do is cut the roof for the clerestory. I think that's what it's called, or clerestory. So need to cut the slats for the roof for the clerestory. They're going to go up here. They're going to start in the middle and work their way out. Felt like this was sticking up a little bit. Might get snagged a little bit on a couple of the wires, but it won't be a big deal. Let me see. These are part. Okay, so 2x5 by 310 millimeters. That's what these are, is 2x5. I'm going to do them a little bit longer than 310 millimeters. This is all of them that I need. So let me set this out of the way. Hopefully this won't be extremely loud. It might be. Of course, on the other hand, right now I'm all alone here, so it won't matter that much. What I've got here is my little saw. My little bench saw that I picked up a while back. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, I am live. Wasn't sure because nobody's here. So ruler. That is my 30 centimeter ruler. Let's see. This one is all in inches. There it is. There's the one I was looking for. So let me set this up here a little bit. So what I'm looking for is, like I said, I need 310 millimeters, which is going to be out to here. Focus. And so we're going to measure this one, mark the first one, which I'll use to mark all the rest. So we got 310. I'm going to go about 313, right about there. Get the ruler out of the way. I could mute. I should mute. But let's see. This. I am going to actually mute my microphone real quick while I cut this first piece of wood. So you won't hear me for a second. That was very uneventful. I know that I plugged this thing in. There. Okay. Actually, that is not too bad, so it should be fine to do it without muting. Let me see. Might as well use this gate the way it's supposed to be used. So if I go right there, that's about where I need it. So let's go ahead and pull this over. I just want to make sure it is straight. And love this thing. Really do. Let me get all these cut. Not sure if you can hear me over it. I do know that it makes some noise. Do I dare try two at once? And one last one. So much faster than using a miter box and a saw, anything else. Even much faster than using the Sonic Saber. I know some people that have gotten them recently are swearing by them. So let me go ahead and get rid of these scraps, and never throw your scraps away. At least I don't. I will use them eventually in something. So now let me make sure these are all basically the same length. And because I did not mark the inside and the outside, I kind of have to look. So that, let's see if it's going to pick up the camera. I'm not sure if it's picking it up. I can see, camera's not picking it up, but I can see a little bit with the with my naked eye. This is the side that is not varnished. The varnished side is going to go down. And so what we're looking for is about 5 millimeters sticking out on either side here. And let me just double check. What I want to make sure of is that I'm going to line these up as close to, this first one is the most important, but I want it as close to straight across the middle as I can. Every time I set it down, I got to look at it again and make sure that I've got the right side down. So let me set that over there. It says to use white glue. I'm going to use the wood glue. Just a little bit. Hopefully these wires are not going to interfere too much. I did do a little bit of a trench through each of the beams so that the wires shouldn't cause an issue. We shall see. Since I'm on the stream, I can't let the wood sit here and dry the way I would normally. Okay. Got some glue on my thumb. So I want about 5 millimeters sticking off of each side. So about like that. Actually, that should be good. I am not sure if I have the clamp I need for right now. Let me see. Make sure that's straight. See if I can reach. Okay, there's one. Hey, Kenneth, welcome. My day is going great. Very quiet on this stream. I think you're the only one here. Actually, there's 2 people. So we're going to put those clamps on there. I think I need to clamp it here in the middle as well. Probably should have done this part before and let it dry, because what I'm going to do now, I've got the rest of the planks or slats, however you want to call it. The rest of these are set up, but I don't want to mess with it. The one that's there, I want to let it dry. Hey, Gordon, welcome. I appreciate that, Kenneth. So since I can't work on the roof right now, there's a lot to be done. Once all the slats are on, then we sand the corners on it. Then we do this. We've already got these corners sanded. I'm not going to mess with that. Don't want to get in the way of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead to step 32, which is where we start building the undercarriage of the tram. So many pieces parts. So I need 59, 60, 61. So I've got 59, and we need to do this twice, I think. Masculine paint, metal color. Yeah, we have to do 2 of these. Hey, Don, welcome. You guys missed my little toy, my little table saw. And I think the last time I streamed at 7 o'clock rather than 6. But it's one of these things, if it's been a while, so, posted the stream earlier. And I'll be here for an hour, just like normal. It's just one of these things. Andrea made dinner, and of course it was ready right as I started streaming. 60. Like I said, we're going to be making 2 of these. Oh, you thought it was 8 Eastern? It was last time, Dawn, 8 Eastern. It was set up for night for 6 Central. It gets my evening off to a quicker start that way. Had to clean off the bench before I started tonight. Check what's still in here. Get the metal parts out here. Okay. Those I need. Oh, that's right. This one's a lot smaller than this one because I played with the Sonic Saber on this one a little bit. Okay, so we'll set this off to the side. Not a big deal, Don. It's fine. Because I try and keep a banter going on enough to where even if it's people watch this as a playback, it's got something going on. It's got, you know, at least I'm talking. Okay, so cut those out. And while I'm thinking about it, this blade is bad. And I think I did. I think it was on the last stream that I finally used the last blade out of a pack that I bought in 2013. So now I'm on to a new pack of X-Acto blades. Being careful not to cut myself while taking them out because they've cut through the oil paper here. The oil paper is good because it keeps them from rusting, and I've had these for a couple of years now. Okay, so get the blade in here. So we've got this one of these. Blue turning platform, 60 and 61 place center hole. The rolling gear, use white glue. So 60 and 61 is this one. Interesting that we have 2 different kinds of wood for the turning gear here. Doesn't matter though, because it's all going to get painted. Actually, I think what I did, I might break them out to do these. What I did was took my giant snippers. Not really giant snippers, but my cutters. These, I think, is how I cut this one down. Smooth the edges out like I like to. Doesn't have to have be a bunch. First off, this is going to be underneath the body of the cable car, and it's going to get painted. Let's see, how's that doing? That's grabbed. So we'll mock up one of these, and then we should be able to go back to the slats on the roof. One thing to make sure about when gluing these on here is you need to make sure you get them on the center. that hole is where a screw will go through to actually attach this to the bottom of the cable car. There's only 3 spots. One thing, that's something else I don't like. This is like a very thin plywood. You can see the plies there. And so if you sand it up and down like this, like I just did, it can splinter a little bit. Best way to sand this stuff is side to side. That's not going to be big enough. I was going to use the wire I've got there. There we go. So put a little bit of glue on here. I'm just looking at the instructions real quick. A bit of glue on here. Position this, but make sure it is centered. Use something, flippy stick, whatever, to make sure that your hole is basically centered there. Hey, Todd, welcome. So get some glue on here. If you guys watch back from the beginning, I actually did another light test. Everything is still good. So that is how that's going to go together. So we've got the binding glue bushing 62. Make sure they are perpendicular to the base. Use fast acting glue. I think what they're talking about are these parts right here. Stay. Okay, this can go back in here. Set this right here to dry. And I've actually been watching some videos from Artesania Latina. And I like what they do when they work with the metal parts. Because what they'll do is they'll file them off to get down to the bare metal, because this is all actually just corrosion. But they'll file them off to where they're shiny before they primer them. Don't know if you guys heard that. My shoulder just popped. Sign of getting old. Sounded like I broke the tip there, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. Goes back in the box. Bring this one back over. Vinegar to clean these. That might work. Probably would work. Ooh. I am not sure. That one's not straight. That one is straight. That one is. Vinegar might work, but what they do is they basically just do a real quick sanding to get it clean. I usually don't worry about it. I'll usually just go straight to primer on these, because you can see a little bit there that it's coming clean. But as soon as that's the thing, is as soon as I get it cleaned up, I immediately am going to be putting primer on it, so it's going to be painted anyway. True, mild acid bath. I don't have any vinegar handy, unfortunately. So get glue on here. And I'm not using an extreme amount of glue on these. There's no reason. Basically, they just have to keep from twisting, because there's going to be a screw through this hole that I've in the middle of that I just put the dowel through. See how you are, Todd? Getting me to where I might have to just hold off on those. I don't have any vinegar. I got alcohol in here. Email me some quick. Whoops. I made a little flat spot on there. Whoops. Todd said it's basically mild acid bath. Should slightly etch them. And I can't tell you, I might be able to tell you that I don't have any. Let me get this glued on here, and I will poke my head out in the kitchen and ask Andrea, she happens to be down here right now, if we have any vinegar. I don't think we do. Not like Ian, where we're doing gourmet meals every time we eat. But let me double check real quick. Watch out, Murphy. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I am back, and we have a little bit of vinegar. I had to turn on the heaters when I came back downstairs. Hey, Jody, and it's getting warm in here. Yeah, chicken parm delivery. Exactly. That's Ian's gourmet meal. Hey, Donnie, welcome. Howdy, Jody. Need to cotton swab it where I want it to be. Or brush. Well, and that's actually was my first thought there, Todd. Was to use a brush and press on that way. Of course, down at the very bottom of the bottle. So set this up here. Vinegar. I smell it. Not sure how well that's going to work. Be better to do it in here. Let's see how big a mess I can make. There we go. This is called shifting gears on the fly. Hey, Murphy. Murphy's sitting here next to me. Andrea's down here in the kitchen, so Murphy's next to me. So let's see what this does. I'm not seeing that it's doing much anything. Sorry, Todd. That's not really doing anything. So let me set this off to the side. And use a pad instead. Dirt. I'm not sure that this is the same type of metal that AL uses. I'm not sure how much I can get off here without sanding off these rivets. Exactly. Well, Murphy is our pug, and he's not always next to me, but he tends to come in here with me when we're downstairs. Murphy is one of the, he's not the smallest dog we have, but he's one of the smaller, well, actually he's the largest of the 3 small dogs. But we also have a Samoyed, and the Samoyed and Murphy don't get along. So Murphy comes in here because he knows Dad will protect him. Yes. Very true. It's only good if it's flat. Of course, I could break out the wire wheel for the Dremel. That would be even faster. But what I can do, once I take care of this side of all 4 of them, I will go ahead and brush it on the top side. I'll brush it on the top side and let it work some around the rivets. Probably won't get to painting this tonight. What I can do is, or painting these. That should be able to hold all 3 of them, or all 4. I keep wanting to say 3, all 4 of them. So we'll just spread some of this on here. Get some on all of them. Best would be actually probably to give it a vinegar bath, but we don't have enough of that available. Knives is standing there watching you cook steaks with which one is mine. You can rinse it off with water after. Yep. Well, that will be after the stream. Once I get the vinegar on all of these, moving back over here to the roof of the cable car. And yes, if anybody is curious, these are very small specimen jars. I have a bunch of them. My wife and I bought a bunch when we we bought this stuff. So let me put the cap on here so I don't spill this stuff all over the shop. See if it will fit. Come on. There we go. Got the cap on there. Set this off to the side. And Jody said, knives, cool. I have a Paco. And Donnie said that Knives is his daughter's dog. Okay. Let's move these out of the way. That's a good sign, by the way, the fact that I'm working on the undercarriage, because that means I am now almost done with the top of the cable car. What I couldn't do with the with this before, oh wow, Jody, that is I don't know if that's a weird or a scary combination. Chihuahua French Bulldog. That's an odd combination. Okay. So I'm not sure how quick this is going to go. Right now I'm looking at it to see which side is the varnished side. Because what happens is when I think that was only because of the wires. When I push it down on the ends, it should stay down in the middle. On the ends, because of the wires, when I put the pushed it down at the end, it popped up in the middle. So now that's not going to work. Paper towel. No, it's not going to work very well doing the way it was about to do, because it's going to get smeared all over everything on the top. I don't want that. So we'll put a little bit of glue down there. Lose the cap to the glue bottle. That's good. There it is. Put the odd dog into off topic in Discord. Where is it? Oh, that's right. I'm not going to use the vinegar brush. You're right. It's over there. Right. Oh, no, there it is. It's right here. My glue brush. Then I have a supply of water here, so I can thin the glue out. Might need more water. Something I hadn't done, and I mentioned this in the video, haven't done a lot of mixing of glue with water like this before. What I'm learning. Can use a little bit more water. That was probably the picture of Paco going into off topic. Okay. So a little bit of glue on each of the beams. The real reason I thinned it out isn't for the beams, it's for between them, between the slats. So now, run it along here a little bit. Is more so than the lower roof, the clerestory needs to have, if at all possible, it needs to be solid so that the light doesn't come through. Yeah, that's the unfinished side. Put that one there. You might see that the slats are not exactly the same length. This one's a little bit off. That'll be fine. I will be sanding them down. Let's hold this together. Hold this one together a little bit. Only problem is now I can't work on the next one. Hey, Penny, how's it going? So let me catch up on chat. Donnie said Knives is a German Shepherd Blue Healer. Todd said for Trek Mods to post a picture of Paco into the Discord. Says he's hilarious. Playing with my wood again. Yes, indeed, Eric, I am. And Eric said, Buck, what the buck? Poor Goofy can't breathe with zip kicker in his face. Geez, I'm just looking. What? This? It's not in his face. Good morning, Penny. Welcome. Is that a magical floating brush or are your paint brush chewer? It's a magical floating brush while I chew on it. Donnie said steaks are done. Time to eat. And Penny said, to sum it up, I finished my 14-day free trial of 2025. I've decided I don't want to continue, and I'd like to stick with my old version of 2024. I don't know. 2025 hasn't been too bad for me, and 2024 sometimes was a little bit of a pain in the behind. Plus, it puts me a year closer to retirement. Okay. So let me see if I can do some sort of magic here and work on this side at the same time. Once it grabs, it should be fine. That looks good. That looks good. So these should all be good, hopefully. Of course, might be able to get those orange ones on one more time, but that's about the most I'm going to be able to use them. So hit the beams again with the glue, the thinned out glue. I see something. Am I going to be able to push that down? Okay, so I've got a gap right there. Actually, it's more important that the ends are down. Never mind. I should be able to get that up underneath there. what my plan is, as this gets further along, there was the magical floating paintbrush again. Okay, that's the unfinished side. That one's coming up again. I'm going to have to let these dry once I get the glue underneath them. My plan is to set 1, 2, 3 blocks on the ends. Yeah, that one's all kinds of loose. This is not working well. Go ahead and put that one on there. Actually, let's put it that way. These, all 3 of them are loose right now. So do that. That's not holding flat. So let me move this back a little bit. Stay. Let's see. I need another set of those blocks. And we'll set that in the middle and hope nothing falls off. Come on. Stay. Bring these back over. As odd as this sounds, I am washing my glue brush in my paint water, my paint cleaning station, which means that the reservoir underneath is going to be full of glue. But I never let it dry out, so that should come out fine. Just looking. So what I'm going to do, let's see. Interesting, it has discolored the metal in some spots. It will not have a working bell. It just has working lights. It's kind of odd. It did a little bit of burning of the metal. Like you said, Todd, it's etching it. And no, Eric, I'm not resting the future on it. Yes, it is. It will be fine. What I was responding to there is Todd said it etched it. It's going to be painted anyway. But I think I might have to try that, get some more than that or more than I've got, and actually soak it in the vinegar. Lost my mind there for a minute. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I've got my water over here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of brush this off rather than rinse it. Best I can do right now. I don't have a sink handy. And that is why my brush cleaning station is a little bit better than just a thing of water, because it always has fresh water. Howdy, Murph. Hello, Murphy. Pat them dry again. Just look real quick. Actually, see how those are going to actually fit in there. And that's normal. The picture shows them being exactly right, but there's a little bit of play there. Or is that the bent one? Dry them off again. Might throw some super glue on them. Actually attach them to the wood. Paint metal color. Let's see what it says next. Okay. He's a French Chihuahua. A French Chihuahua. Okay. Make sure these are all gonna fit. A little bit odd that they don't fit exactly. Let me see. French Wawa. So this could be a little bit interesting because it's supposed to be the full length. The distance from here to here is supposed to be the same as distance from here to here, but it's not. French Wawa. Or wait, Chihuahua. Yeah, it's French Wawa. French Wawa. Okay. So it says to glue this on with, as it puts it, fast drying glue. Let's see, is this wide enough? I don't think it is. Why do I have little bits of sawdust there? Yeah, that's not going to be wide enough. So let me come over here. This will make Eric stay, I think, because I'm breaking out more clamps. Always need more clamps. So I don't glue. Stay. So I don't end up gluing stuff to the mat. A Boster Hua Hua? Or Boster Wawa? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and glue these on here. Best way I think I can do this is I'm going to put the glue onto the metal. I'm going to push this on here. Hopefully it'll stay in place for a minute. Stay. Do the same thing on the other side. Of course, what I could do is make Todd choke just by seeing it. I could use the zip kicker. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the kicker. It does. It does, Dawn. When stuff gets unruly in here, I tell it to stay, and it plays dead and the whole 9 yards. Okay. So I'm going to line it up with the back end here. There's already glue there, so hopefully this will work. Sorry, Todd, can't help it. If anybody doesn't know, the smell of Instaset makes Todd barf. Yep, there he goes. That's not enough. It's not grabbing. There, a little bit there. It is always interesting to attach wood to metal or vice versa. Okay, so like I said, you can see there that I aligned it to the back. It is slightly off in the front, but that should be fine. It is not exactly perpendicular. Now it's not exactly attached anymore. Where are they? There they are. And I got glue on my finger. I tried to glue my finger to my little finger to my ring finger. Try this again. I think there are going to be actually some more parts that go between the metal pieces. Brace so that they're braced against or to each other. So now let me put this one on here. It's already glue on here. I'm just adding some more to it. One thing about this glue is it is a gel, so it tends to string a little. Well, it's not a gel, it's a medium thickness, and it tends to string a little bit. Trying to apply glue with my offhand, that's kind of fun. Yay, it came out of contact. I think that's my wife telling me that she went upstairs. Actually, she's telling me that Murphy's down here with me. I think Murphy got left. He did. He's a good boy. Okay, let me see. The thing about Kicker is that even though it has made it grab, the glue hasn't set yet. It still takes a while to fully set up. At least that's the way it seems to me. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert at this, but it seems that way. Don't do that. Okay, there's that one. And this one has a slight curve to it, so it's going to be a little bit interesting regardless of what I do. Okay. What I'm trying to make sure I do is get just the wood and the metal, not the rivets, so that I can set it down like that, and it can set up. So let me move this off. The other one, this first one just shifted a little bit. Set this over here. Get this other one. My phone is now going mad, going nuts, because it's also connected to Discord. A little bit of glue on this side. Shadow looks shady. Do the exact same thing on this side. As I did on the other. Holding it as best I can to be straight, perpendicular, but you can see there, they're all bent a little bit. Not much I can do about it, especially when they fall off like that. Wood splintered a little bit. Let's try this again. I'm putting plenty of glue in here, hoping that this will not fall apart on me. The tendency is once these trams are built, the undercarriage will be pretty solid. It's just getting them to that point. Put some glue on this side. Get this on here. Come on. Ah! A bit of glue on here. Don't know if you guys noticed, but I got smart and I turned it around, and I'm using my dominant hand now to squeeze the glue. Using my left was a little bit interesting last time. Make sure that looks good. Oops. Okay. I do have one clamp that doesn't work quite right. This one is a little bit loose, I think. Oh, crap. He's in here.
Oh.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm in the middle of a stream.
Murphy. Come here, buddy. Come on, bud. Are you not done?
Not yet.
Come on, bud. Come on, buddy.
Okay, this one I'm not going to be able to clamp. So I'm going to just have to let it sit. Wipe the tip off the glue. Oh! No. Don, you were right. It is fortunate that the super glue does not grab too well. You are absolutely right, Don. Like I said, fortunate that the glue does not grab too well, because I just put all of these on upside down. Okay. So I'm going to catch up with chat and then call it a day, because I've got to clean these parts up now. You're absolutely right, Don. Those round parts are supposed to be on the top. Let me see something. And yes, the round parts, yes, as you do, and or not the round parts, but the metal parts will be supported a little bit by the wheels once they're in there. Yeah, almost did a Trek. No, I did do a Trek mods. So let's go back, way back, way back. Okay. So we talked about the French hua hua, or French wah wah. Let's see. Just roll over and play dead. Todd almost died because I used zip kicker. Speaking of which, let me close this before I spill it. I have done that before. Let's see. Really hard to see him in the dark. Shadow. Good name if you can't see him. My son says he looks like he has a knife between the eyes. I say it looks like a feather. Don says, by the way, did you build that wrong? And I said, you're right. No harm. Gordon said, hey. And Jody said, you almost did the Trek mods. No, I did a full-on Trek mods. And I've also learned on this informative stream that Chihuahuas will boink any kind of other, anything they can reach, Todd, they will go after. Because, you know, when you're that small, any port in a storm, I guess. But I'm going to leave it at that. Fix my mistake probably on the Friday stream. Fortunately, I have OcCre, so I'll be able to clean that glue off pretty well. I'm going to leave that there. My thought was to do all the slats tonight. That's not going to happen because they're taking a little bit longer to dry. You're absolutely right, Don. Could have been worse. Could have kept on building it. And Eric, he's white. His white markings looks like a dog walking away from you, tail up, nose being the target-rich environment. So with that, like I said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this build. I am, even when I make mistakes, because mistakes are how we learn. Let's see, I still got to do the post for tonight, for the Eiffel Tower. The first video for it is up. It just is not released yet. Good night, guys. So let me do my outro. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of anytime I post new content. Leave a comment. Tell me how stupid it was to glue these on backwards, not just one side, but all four of them. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a if you're gonna screw up the lot, do it live. The audience is there to help. Absolutely. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next stream, which is tomorrow for the Falcon stream.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling.